What is poppin', y'all? I'm out here on the streets of Grodno today, and my plan today is to have some Draniki. So, I have had these before, but most of the Draniki that I've had have been homemade, so I haven't had very many of them in restaurants. The first time I ever had Draniki, as far as I remember, was in Minsk, and they were really good. So, I wanted to check out a restaurant that I found here. It's also called Draniki. All I did was just go on Google and just type in Draniki, and then I found this place. So I'm gonna go and check it out now. So as usual, I can't promise that this is gonna be the most exciting content, because the main goal here is for me to push my comfort zone and also to eat some food. So the reason I really wanted to go out and vlog in Belarus, specifically Grodno, is because I stand out a lot more here than I do in Istanbul. So try not to slip here. It's super icy out here today. Anyway, when I walk around Istanbul, it's not that nerve-wracking because you know, I can kind of blend in a bit. Not that many people stare if I'm just walking around and going about my day. But here, and you guys can see behind me how many cars there are. A lot of people are staring. I can actually, yeah, a lot of people are staring right now. Anyway, that's the point of this, because it scares me and pushes my comfort zone. So anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent there. So what I was trying to say is, in Istanbul I can kind of fit in a bit more. Not fit in, but blend in. So I don't get stared at as much. But here, even when I'm walking around without my camera and without my hair down, I do find that a lot of people stare. A lot of people stare. And I do understand it is a small town. There aren't very many people with dreads out here, stuff like that. But a lot of people stare. So I actually feel anxious and a bit nervous when I'm walking around without the camera. So I decided to step up my game and you know, put my hair down, grab the camera and go out and vlog and grab some Draniki. And for those who don't know, and as usual, I apologize ahead of time if I ruin the ingredients, but Draniki, I'm just crossing the street now. Draniki are potato pancakes, more or less. And I apologize ahead of time to the locals if I get any ingredients wrong, but they're potato pancakes from what I understand. First they grate potatoes, then they grate a bit of onion, a couple other ingredients, I think garlic, and then they fry them. Sometimes they put meat on the inside, and sometimes cheese, chicken, not exactly sure. The ones that I have had so far had pork, and I think I had some with beef. But anyway, I don't know what this restaurant's gonna have, so this should be interesting, because this is gonna be the first time that I go there. This is actually the first time that I'm going to film in a restaurant that I've never been to before. I wanted to do that too, because I don't know, that makes me nervous too, so I want to push my comfort zone. So I want to push my comfort zone as much as possible. So I'm just gonna go in and just see how it goes, because in the Istanbul burger video I went in first and I asked if I could film, so I noticed that took a lot of the pressure off of me. It wasn't as scary as I wanted it to be. So this time I'm just going. I'm gonna ask them if I can record and everything, but I'm gonna do it in real time instead of going in beforehand and then asking and then coming back. Anyway, that is the plan for now, so I'll just show you guys a bit of the city, or at least whatever you can see from this bridge here. Okay, so over there, if that's visible, I'm not exactly sure what that was for, but it seems like it's an abandoned factory. So I'll be closer in a second so I can get a bit of a closer look. This above the factory, if you guys can see it, the white building, from my understanding it is a theater, and I honestly really wish that I had taken more time, or not taken more time, I wish I'd had more time to look into the historical significance of all the things around me, because whenever I go to a new city, I really like to know what I'm seeing. I normally go on normally one of the first things that I do when I get to a new city. I show up, and the first thing I do is book a free walking tour to show up. And then, you know, walk around with the guide, and then learn about what the things mean and everything, and the historical significance of everything. Because I remember I went to a city one time, and I walked around, and I walked past maybe 10 historically important buildings, and I didn't even know. And then went on a walking tour after, and then the guide was like, yeah, so this is important, this is actually important, this has been around for 1,000 years, and I was like, no way. So ever since that, I've done my best to try and go on walking tours whenever I go to places. So here's the factory. It's closer up. You can see the style of the buildings and everything out here are beautiful. And this is the river. Currently walking over what I was told was called the Old Bridge. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut for a bit, and then I'll bring up here when I'm closer to the restaurant. Alright, y'all. I've gotten a bit closer to the theater, so this is what it looks like a bit more close up. We also have the Grodno sign. I guess every city has one of these, but yeah, it's super cool. So, never actually been inside of the theater. Never actually been inside of there, but I'd like to check it out one day. I've heard good things, but yeah, I don't know much about it. Yo, on a random note to anyone who comes here, this place over here, Verden, I've been there a few times. They make really good steak, so, and also really good chicken curry. So if any of you are in the city and you have steak or chicken curry cravings, go to that place. It's pretty bomb. All right, so now we have the church over here. I cannot remember the name of the church. I've checked so many times, but I'm just really bad with names and birthdays. Those are my two weaknesses in math. Anyway, that's the church over there. Once again, I've never really been inside, but it's really beautiful from the outside. I'll try and get a closer look. Alright, y'all. This is where it starts to get difficult. This is that super busy street. That's always, I don't know, I always get super anxious when I walk down the street, so I'm gonna go do it with the camera. This place behind me that you guys are gonna see in a second is apparently a place that that cooks shashlik, from what I've been told. I've never actually been. That's just what I've heard. But those are pretty good. I've had them, just not there. Anyway, so this is the city center. So according to the map, I'm pretty close to this place now. I just have to walk through the street, and then yeah, I'll be there. So to anyone who comes here, especially if you're coming from Turkey like I did, make sure to only cross at when you can. You know, only cross when you're legally allowed to, or at crosswalks, because I was told that jaywalking is a pretty big offense here, which it's quite hard for me to get used to this again, because in Turkey you just walk. There were some instances in Turkey where I did have to wait, but for the most part I would just walk, and everyone else does it too, and it actually works pretty well. But if you do that here, you can get in trouble, so I just advise against that. I've almost made that mistake a few times already. I've taken a step into the street and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not in Turkey, I can't do this. I don't know, I really do like that in Turkey, honestly. It saves a lot of time, because there's nothing I hate more than, you know, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. There's no cars, but I can't walk because I'll risk getting in trouble. And this is not just here, this is in a few other countries. But yeah, Turkey's sweet because you can just walk. Anyway, so this is the street here. It gets lit up at night and also during Christmas. Actually, walking here is actually not as bad as I thought. Pretty nervous going into this, but now I feel calm. So, as I said in the other couple videos, if this type of stuff scares you, or just anything scares you, it normally gets a lot easier once you get out and start just walking, or just doing whatever it is that scares you, and that's the case now, because as I walk, I'm getting stared at quite a bit. Not really, but it's not really bugging me, or I'm not really noticing it as much as before. All right, and to anyone who's asking, there is Burger King over here, because a lot of people were asking me about what kind of fast food is over here. And there's Burger King, I've seen McDonald's so far. There are a few other ones too. I haven't seen Starbucks though. Not that I'm a really big Starbucks person, but a few people have asked me about Starbucks, so I figured I'd just mention that. This over here is a mall that I've been to a few different times. And then behind me, it's kind of back there, I forgot to mention it, but there's a virtual reality place back there. So if you're into virtual reality, that place is pretty fun. I've already been there maybe 3 times, and I enjoyed each time. And then this mall over here is pretty good for electronics, clothing, and anything else that you might need. Alright y'all, so according to the map, I'm close, but I can't find it. So I'm just walking around now, trying to see if I can find it. And then, oh, okay, in the end I found it. Here it is right here. So, let's check this out and see what it's like on the inside. Здравствуйте. Можно снимать во время я ем?
Можно.
Окей, хорошо. А тоже можно снимать меню карты, все это?
Да.
Окей, круто. Okay. So everyone, this is the menu over here. Place is looking pretty cool so far, I gotta say. Looks like there's a little laptop area and everything. It's looking pretty cozy. Okay, so now I'm just gonna order and then I will eat. Okay. Окей, ну сегодня я бы хотел есть драники, но какие драники ваши самые любимые драники?
Вы любите мясо?
Да, да.
Ну тогда мой любимый это драник с мясом, с сыром и со сметаной.
Okay.
Cheese, meat and...
Smetana is sour cream.
Да.
Okay. Ну, можно драники без сыром, но с мясом и тоже с вот,
Да,
да.
конечно, можно.
Окей. И можно говядины.
Говядину, да, конечно.
Окей, круто. Спасибо большое. Окей. Окей. А можно снимать тоже?
Да.
Окей, круто.
Меня не снимайте, хорошо?
Окей, хорошо. Вас мешает, если ваш голос?
Нет, ничего.
Okay, хорошо. So guys, we got some ice cream over here. Everything's looking pretty good. Well, there are a few over here. And I'm gonna sit down and then yeah, I'm ready. So these are the seats. Looking super comfortable, I gotta say. So, let's do this up.
Вы будете есть уже вместе?
Да, yes.
Чай, кофе?
Еще раз?
Пить что-нибудь. Чай?
Чай, пожалуйста.
Зеленый, черный?
Зеленый. Спасибо большое. So, I have ordered beef draniki and also some green tea, and then so it's gonna wait here until it comes out, and then yeah, it should be good. Super excited about this. Y'all, so I'm out here. Well, I'm in here, but the food has arrived. So take a look at this. So I got tea and a draniki with beef. Try and get this angle over here. So, as we can see, so here we have tea. I don't really need to explain that. So we have tea right here, and then here we have draniki. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a potato pancake, and then when I cut inside, there's going to be beef. So I have the cutlery here, so I'm going to cut inside. I'm going to do my best to get this, and I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside. Okay, y'all. So I've now cut into it. So as you can see, let me try and get a closer look. So as you can see, we have the potato. If you look on the inside, you can see the beef. I don't know how good this quality is going to end up being in the end with the lighting, but yeah, so this is the beef and the potatoes and the sour cream, and they put some garnish on top. So anyway, now it's time to dive in. So let's try the first bite, and I'll tell you guys what it tastes like as I'm doing this. So the trick, the challenge of vlogging with my hair down is not getting the food in my hair. So let's do this. Poor thing, I should have waited a second before I ate because that was hot. But number two, that was really, really good. You can taste the potatoes very well. There is definitely a little bit of onion in there, which was really good. They got the proportions on point. That tasted absolutely fantastic, I have to say. And I could taste a little bit of the beef there. It was also cooked very well, and the seasoning was really good too. And the sour cream was an amazing touch. So, so far this is fantastic. So I'll be trying the tea, and then I'll be finishing this up, and then I'll show you guys the damage after, and I'll be on my way. As you guys can see, this is one of the first times that I was actually able to finish, because I was actually hungry this time. Anyway, so that ended up being really, really good. I finished everything. I'm just drinking the tea now. It ended up being really, really good. And the cool thing about this one is, as you eat more, or as I ate more, it got better and better as I went. So the first bite was really, really good, but then as I ate more, it got better and better. And it ended up being fantastic, and just all those flavors coming together. So the potatoes, the onions, the sour cream, the garnish and everything, it was absolutely fantastic. So I'm gonna finish the tea, then I'm gonna pay, and then I'm gonna head back. All right, so I don't know if you guys remember from the beginning, but I showed you guys a bit of the ice cream. So, there we go. So they were nice enough to, they offered to let me try some ice cream, so I'm looking forward to that. So that means Draniki tea and a dessert. So I'm just waiting on that to arrive, and then yeah, I will tell you guys the verdict as soon as I'm finished. Once again, I am lactose intolerant, but I mean, some ice cream is too good to say no to, so this will probably be one of those cases. Спасибо большое.
Презент от нас.
Спасибо большое. Спасибо. Спасибо. So they're telling me it was a present from them, and all of the ice cream here is made here. So this should be interesting. I'm looking super forward to trying it. So you guys can see, this is the ice cream here. All right, let's give her a taste. Okay, that is really good ice cream, I have to say. It's really sweet, and it's also really soft, and I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of all the ice creams I find, but this one is really good. This is right up my alley. I really like this, actually. So I can definitely say that I recommend it. Oh, and I guess I should specify, as I've eaten more, I'm seeing that there seems to be not only vanilla, but coconut. So I'm tasting coconut, but I'm also tasting chocolate. And I'm normally not the biggest fan of that combination, because I find that a lot of places will either overdo the coconut or overdo the chocolate, and it will always overpower the vanilla. But in this case, it's really good. It's really well balanced out. So I'm really enjoying this, actually. There's not too much chocolate, there's not too much coconut, it's just right. So I actually really like this, so I'm thoroughly impressed. All right, y'all, so I have finished everything. So that is the damage that has been done. The tea was on point. Anyway, so I'm done now. I'm gonna go pay, and then I'm heading out. All right, y'all, I am out. That was actually fantastic. Once again, I feel alive. I always feel alive after eating. Anyway, so that was the highlight of the day. I ate the Draniki. I had the morozenaya, or ice cream in English, and also the tea. So there's not really much else to show, so I'm just gonna walk back home. This felt good. I mean, I was really scared at the beginning, but it feels good to push my comfort zone once again. As usual, I apologize if this content is not the most interesting. As I always say, the point of this at the moment is just to push my comfort zone. So as I get better at doing that, I'm gonna try and, up the content and, increase the quality and everything. But yeah, that's everything for now. So if you like this, like and subscribe, and there will be more soon.